So I actually would personally push that. And then lastly, in regards to what are the men that are, obviously you can go to other cultures or other countries to find women. These men that are sitting here in the US and have made a volitional decision to be a genetic dead end. That's their right. That's their choice. Um, for me, it's hard to believe that I'm maximizing and becoming all that I could come, all that I can become, if the idea of family and legacy um, just wasn't something I cared to focus on. It's hard for me to believe that I really lived life to the fullest. Now, does that mean that I need to do it in America? No. Does that mean I need to get married to the state? No. You could adapt and find a whole host of creative ways to do this. But this idea that you're just going to live your life and this is my thing, man. If I'm critiquing the ultra far left extremist third and fourth wing feminists because of the way in which they disparage men, put all men in one box and say we're all bad and everything about masculinity is evil and wrong and bad. And I'm saying that's problematic and it's not true and it's not accurate and it's not reality. These men that are walking around and saying that what they're seeing on social media and how a lot of women act in these urban cities is a reflection of all women everywhere. It's just not real. It's just not true. Like when we get these stereotypes of the black community, and they say that all of us is thugs and gangsters. We know that ain't true. We know that ain't true. We Even those of us who work in the hood might know one or two people who may fall into that category. And the overwhelming majority of your cousins, your family, your friends, and most people you know, they're not. Like, take the prison population and compare it to the actual population of black males. You know how small of a percentage that is? That's not involved in criminal lifestyle. But the stereotype is all black men are blah, blah, blah. So when you do that, when they do that to us as men in general, the feminists, it's crazy. So why would you do your own version of that when talking and thinking about women? All women aren't walking around saying they're a 10. All women aren't walking around and saying, I don't care what men want or need. He just need to serve me and put me on a pedestal. What you're listening to is the algorithm. The algorithm rewards those who gets the eyeballs on social media and on these streaming sites and on these movies and these reality shows. A lot of people aren't interested in terms of entertainment. A lot of people aren't interested in watching shows that's healthy, like content that's healthy. A lot of people don't want to do it. They want to see the shock value, the people screaming, the hollering, the cussing people out, throwing stuff. That's what gets the traction. So if the loudest, most crass, most bombastic women that's acting the worst are the ones that's always being put on the platforms, always the loudest ones on social media, you're going to convince yourself that it's all women, even all American women. Now, is it bad in America? Yes, it is. I'll be honest with that. I would say, though, there's regions and areas, and there's different things that you could start to pay attention to kind of screen and get better results. One, her relationship with social media. What does she display? Does she even have social media? There's women that don't be on social media like that. They barely ever post, maybe not even have anything on it. Like, those women may already be significantly different than all the women around them that have these social media accounts where they on every day posting. And she'd be like, I don't really care about social media like that. Whoa, she stands out. She's different. You'd be like, oh, well, where is she regionally in the country? If she's in an urban city that's very left leaning, it's highly likely that she's going to think like many of the feminists. But if you find a woman that maybe is from the Midwest, from down south in different pockets, she may get turned off and not even want to be friends with a lot of those types of women. She may have some traditional values and sees the value of men still. Those women exist. The women all around the world, there's different conservative countries and cultures. Like this is real. But my issue is those women are there and they exist and you don't know it. And the reason you don't know it is because you haven't put the work in to start growing as a man in terms of travel, networking, building yourself up, becoming more confident, and realizing that there's a whole. You do know that men that are doing really well in life, they're not having debates and arguments with ratchet women. They're not. That's not a thing. The women who have class gravitate towards them, and they can recognize those women instantly. These women know how to behave in front of these men. Even to get access to these men and be in the certain spaces. What I'm saying is men just have, I'm not saying put this work in and become the best version of yourself to get a woman. I'm saying do this because for the sake of your purpose and your identity, you feel better, you'll live better, you'll choose better. And the quality of women you'll get to choose from, that's just will be the added bonus in life. So for me, it's unfortunate that so many men that's pumped with testosterone and make good money or doing really well in life and can do better and be better are being couch potatoes and just giving up on life. I'm not telling you in the American family court system to get married and get destroyed in family court and get half your assets taken from you. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to knock up some ratchet woman, knock up this baby mama that got 2 kids and give her a 3rd kid, and now you really screwed. I'm not telling you to do that either. What I am saying is don't look at life as something that's impossible and that you've given up and you've allowed those that are the winners to be the only ones that get to enjoy the game. Like what I'm saying is there's so many of you that's not competing. It's actually not as hard as you think to stand out. And when you stand out, you actually get better options and better results. So if I didn't go to school and get this degree and I was complaining about how I'm working at dead end jobs and barely making $20,000 a year, it was like, yeah, but if you go and get the degree, then you can make 5 times that. Yeah, but I'm just going to give up, man. I'm not going to try. I'm like, yeah, but hold on. But you hear me? You're going to make 5 times that if you put the work in, get the degree or get the certification. You're going to make $100,000 a year 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. It's so hard though, man. It's not fun. I'm just not, that's how y'all sound. There are benefits on the other side of the work that you need to do. But if you're just going to say how expensive everything is and how hard everything is, then you deserve what you get. No, I didn't act this way my whole life. No, I wasn't always 6 feet tall. No, I didn't speak the way everybody thinks I speak now. No, I didn't carry myself a certain way. I weighed about 30, 40 pounds less than I do now coming out of high school. And I got different results back then. So it takes time. And I'm like, fellas, man, if y'all really look at things through the lens of, even if you look at it from an economic standpoint, if you want more money, you got to do something different. So it's the same way it saddens me with women who are making really sad and problematic decisions that aren't leading towards the outcomes they want and leading them towards anxiety and depression. It actually saddens me that there are men who were blessed with testosterone, blessed with opportunity, physical attributes. They have these things and they have this, and they just nix it all and say, it's not worth it. Like it's frustrating because I believe that there's so much potential in both sexes. And doing this type of work, man, I hope that I can kind of help motivate men and women to just be better versions of themselves, not to get with each other, but just become healthier people. And that if you do, you know, you're one of the benefits is that you're going to be surrounded by healthier people and you're going to get to choose better as a result.
Man, that was a word, guys. That was true. It really takes hard work, and I believe why there's a big group of men who are giving up, whether it's self-improvement or things like that, because they didn't grow up with a dad seeing it. Like they didn't grow up with seeing a dad telling them, "Go work, you a man, struggle, put in the effort." Delayed gratification, things like that. You only saw your mom. Your mom is never going to tell you how to be a man and how to chase your goals and keep persevering.